Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here with episode number 3 of the Eastern Michigan Eagles Online Dynasty here on NCAA 14. The Eagles had a bye week in week 3. And so there's no video for that, and we are in week number 4 taking on the 0-3 Ball State Cardinals as conference play is set to kick off today, and here's to hoping we can start conference play off with a win. Ball State's already played a conference game and they lost. They're pretty even to us on paper, so I guess we'll see who can actually get the win. And if there's a reason Ball State's on 3, they had a lot of injuries I saw when we checked the injury report. But hello everyone, welcome to Schumann Stadium in Muncie, Indiana. We got a week 4 matchup between the 0-3 Ball State Cardinals and the 2-0 Eastern Michigan Eagles. I'm Husker Ninja bringing you all the Eastern Michigan football action all season long here on the Horn Sports Network. Eastern Michigan will win the toss and they elect to defer, and Ball State will get the ball to start this game. Very first play from scrimmage, they're going to pass, got a man open. That's getting him about 13, tack on 15 more for a roughing the passer. And that's a pretty good first play from scrimmage there if you're Ball State. Pat O'Connor, the right end, is the guilty party. Later in the drive, it's a first down. They'll give it to Green, and Green's blown up in the backfield. Loss of 5. Darian Green met Joe Keels, and that's never going to end well for you. You got Joe Keels and all of his dreadlock glory bearing down on you. It's not going to end well for you at all. But later in the drive, we got a 2nd and 8. 5.5 to go, opening quarter. They'll give it to Green. Green sheds off a couple tackles, but still brought down on the backfield for a loss of 3. Joe Keels again, and this time he chases the running back across the field to get the tackle after he'd broken out of a couple tackles. But something I like to see even better was that this Eagles defense is all swarming to the football. Ball State did not convert the 3rd down, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 11, and they throw short. It's caught for a gain of 3, but that's nowhere near the first down. If you're not going to take the field goal, at least throw. That's a curious play call. If you're not going to take the 3, you should at least throw deep and try and get the first. Like, maybe they just don't have a good kicker, which I would understand, but then to throw short, I mean, that's pretty much giving Eastern Michigan the turnover on downs. Ensuing drive for the Eagles. Now their offense on the field for the first time. We got a 3rd and inches. 2:40 to go here, opening quarter. They'll give to Robinson, the fullback. He's got the first down. A flag is down, though, and wait a minute. It's clipping. That is on Trayshawn Fields, the backup tight end. He's called for clipping, and instead of a first down conversion, it'll be 3rd and 14. That's not how you want to start if you are Eastern Michigan. We'll see if they can move the chains on 3rd and long now, since the penalty wiped out the 3rd down conversion on 3rd and inches. Roll back to pass. What a catch! Cody Tunnel on midfield, 23 yards on 3rd and 14. They say, all right, we converted once. Want to take 15 yards of penalty, no matter, we'll convert again. And that was actually a good throw by Rollback. If anything, it was almost a little too much, but he put it in a spot where it was either Tuttle or no one at all. And so, that's exactly what you want to do if you're a quarterback, and Tuttle comes down with it. Now we got a 3rd and 2 later in the drive. Ball is at the Ball State, call it 43. They'll give to Robinson, the fullback, and this time he gets 5 yards first down, no flags. This time the fullback dive comes through with a 3rd down conversion. But that'll do it for this first quarter. We are scoreless after 1 here in Muncie, Indiana. But Eastern Michigan's on the move. Come on back, everybody. It's a 2nd and 8 for Eastern Michigan as we begin the second quarter. This drive's got 9 plays and almost 5 minutes of game time. Back to pass. Fire's got him, and it's Tuttle. Tuttle's got a block. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan, a 34-yard strike. Roback is C of 3 for 81 yards and a touchdown. He rolled to his right side. He had Tuttle wide open. And Tuttle's he got hit as he threw, but Tuttle was wide open, made the catch. He got a nice block right there. Way to go, wide receiver. Nice to see the receivers blocking for you, and that's an easy touchdown. Big play to start the second quarter. Ensuing Ball State drive, 3rd and 4, and Neal goes down. Loss of 4, Pat O'Connor with a sack. And Pat O'Connor has been the ringleader of this pass rush so far through the first 2 1/4 games. He's got, 5 sacks already on the year, I think maybe 6. So it's a 3 and out for Ball State. They got to punt it back to Eastern Michigan. 2nd and 7. Roback going to take it himself on the keeper. Stumbles for a little bit, still rights his foot, and he's going to get 10 yards and a first down. Regains his footing. Nice job there on the design QB run. It looked like he was going to trip over his lineman and get nothing. Instead, he manages to turn it into a first down later in the drive, close to midfield now. It is a 2nd and 7 for Eastern Michigan. They got about the 48 their own 48 rather. 2nd and 7, they'll give to Van. Shaq Van got a block. And Van out across midfield into Ball State territory on a gain of 11. 9 carries, 44 yards for Van. He's broken 100 yards in each of the first 2 games, and I'm going to assume he's going to do the same thing here. It's a first down at the 40 of the Cardinals for Eastern Michigan. 3:50 to go here, first half. Roback back to pass, throws on the slant, got a man, it's Tuttle. Cody Tuttle with 13 more yards and a first down. 3 catches, 70 yards, and a score for the tight end. That drive would stall, though, and out comes the field goal unit on 4th and 1. Remember, the punter is taking field goal duties because he's got a better leg than the actual kicker. And the kick is right down the middle. It's a 10-0 Ball State lead now as we got a studio update. Toledo holds on against Central Michigan. The Rockets get the win 28-26. The Chippewas follow 1 and 2. Toledo improves to 3 and 1. Elsewhere, we got a couple of upsets. Number 17, North Carolina falls at home to Georgia Tech 23-17. And Colorado State goes into Tuscaloosa and shocks the number 9 Crimson Tide 38-27. Alabama's now 2 and 2 on the year. They're 500. That's a shocker. I'm sure no one saw it coming, and it'll be something everyone's going to talk about when they head to work at the water coolers on Monday. Ensuing Ball State drive, we got a 3rd and 9 right here. Not really wanting to go 3 and out, so we'll see if Ball State can kind of get an answer here before halftime. As they are running the play clock down. Neal back to pass. Feels the pressure comes, gets rid of it. It's going to be picked. Russell with the interception, and he's got return room out across the 35 down to almost the 30 of Ball State. And these Eastern Michigan Eagles are in business as Devin Russell comes up with the interception. Is it Devin or is it maybe Devon? I think it's Devin Russell. But he puts on this spin move to get a couple extra yards, and this Eastern Michigan offense is in business. 1:03 to go, first half, all 3 timeouts. They got it at the 32 of Ball State following the Devin Russell pick. Roback back to pass. Feeling the pressure. Down he goes. Couldn't get away from the pressure. It's a loss of 8. Anthony Winbush with the sack. The Eagles will call a timeout. They got 2 remaining. 56 seconds left first half. It's a 2nd and 18. Roback back to pass. Got a man open. Kevin Davis, 28 yards and a first down, but that was 6. It wasn't even a bad pass. They didn't lead him too much. He just fell down like he tripped over his own 2 feet. Oh, he's celebrating the catch, but he had a touchdown, and he just fell down. Gotta do better, Kevin Davis. No matter, next play, they'll give it to Van. 13 yards, he's into the end zone. Shaq Van hits pay dirt from 13 yards out. And all of a sudden, it's 17-0 Eastern Michigan, extra point pending. And that will do it for this first half. Keep in mind, this game was scoreless after 1, and it was close. It was only a 10-point game with 40 seconds left in the half. but an interception leads to a 17-0 halftime lead for the Eagles. It's a 3rd and 4 here. They don't really want to start going 3-and-out to start this third quarter. So we'll see what they got up their sleeves. Roback throws. Tight window there to Kevin Davis, gain of 10. Honestly, I thought that had a good chance to be picked up, but the defender wasn't really paying attention. And so Davis with the 10-yard catch. That was also a nice throw. It's just that was a risky throw, but it paid off. But yeah, 2nd and 7 now. Roback trying to roll out. Looks like he's got a man open. Here's he throws. It's going to be caught, but wait, they're going to say it was a fumble? Roback sacked for a loss of 11. They're going to rule this one a fumble. This was just a strange play. He had a man coming open, got his as he throws. The ball goes up. And see right there, the offensive lineman catches it. So I'm not sure really where you get the fumble from. I mean, yeah, I know the ball comes loose as he hits it. Doesn't really go forward, but he still caught it. I don't know. That rule confuses me too sometimes. In any case, it sets up a 3rd and 18 here for Eastern Michigan. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here, third quarter. They'll go to the screen. They got Turner, the backup halfback, coming in. And Breck Turner get 12 yards on the halfback screen. Sets up a more manageable 4th and 6. And maybe you see Eastern Michigan go for it. As Roback's 8 of 9, 120-some yards and a touchdown. And indeed, it's kind of no man's land. Eastern Michigan going for it on 4th and 6 here. 3.5 to go, third quarter. It's a 17-0 Eastern Michigan lead already. And they're going to milk the clock some. Roback got a man open. It's Browning. Browning sheds a tackle. He's inside the 20, inside the 15 before being knocked out of bounds. 9 of 10, 159 yards in the score for Roback. And Browning was wide open. Broke 1 tackle, broke 2, and then finally got knocked out of bounds inside the 15. So they're in the red zone now. And Eastern Michigan's got a 2nd and 9 at the 14. Coming up on 2.5 to go here, third quarter. And again, this is something Husker Ninja adopted when he came over and took the head coach job. They're implementing a slow pace offense as they go play action. Tunnel into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. A perfect strike from Roback to his favorite target, tight end Cody Tuttle. And he was pretty open. That was just a nice throw and catch. Pretty much impossible to defend, and that's an easy touchdown. It's now 24-0. Neo back to pass, picked! Pace with the interception, but hold on a second. There's a flag down. It's going to be a roughing the passer. This one's going to come back. Wipe out the takeaway. It's Pat O'Connor. I believe that's his 2nd roughing the passer today already. It's got to be a little bit more disciplined, man. I like how you get into the quarterback. Just don't hit him after he's already thrown it, please. So 1st and 10 following the penalty. Neal feeling the pressure. Down he goes. It's a loss of 5. Pat O'Connor trying to make up for that penalty with the sack right there. It'll set up 2nd and 15. And that's already O'Connor's 3rd sack of the day. It is 2nd and 15 here. Neal going deep. Picked up. Pace gets his interception anyway. This one's not going to be wiped out by a penalty. And that's the 2nd pick of the day for this Eastern Michigan defense. Pace, he just jumped up like it was a receiver going up to make that catch. He got some nice hands there. And Eastern Michigan's going to take over. We got a 2nd and 1. Coming up on 1:10 to go here, third quarter. They give to Van up the middle. Van drags defenders with him for a gain of 11. Van with 13 carries, 74 yards and a score. And like I was saying earlier, this does it for the third quarter, by the way. It's been all Eastern Michigan through 3 here in Schumann Stadium. They lead Ball State 24-0 after 3. We'll see if Ball State can maybe break the shutout these Eagles are pitching. It's 3rd and 3 right here as we begin the final quarter of play. They got it at the, call it 37 maybe, of Ball State. They'll give to Van up the middle. Van's got a gain of 7 and a 1st down for Eastern Michigan. 16 carries, 88 yards, and a score for Van. And the next play, we got a first down inside the Ball State 30. And again, Eastern Michigan, they really adopted in a world of hurry up, no huddle offense. As Roback going to take it on a QB keeper. Design QB run. Good for a gain of 11 and a first down. 5 carries, 11 yards for Roback. They're in the red zone at the 19. But Husker Ninja, when he came over, took the head coach job. He's implemented a time of possession offense where they run the play clock down, keep their defense on the field as little as possible, and they're going to throw out of the backfield the Van there for a gain of 11. Sets up a first and goal. But in a world full of no huddle offense, maybe it's smart to milk the clock when you're on offense, give your defense a chance to breathe. First and goal, Roback going to be sacked for a loss of 7. Kevin Thurman with the sack right there, and we'll see if this Ball State defense can somehow get a stop. Maybe let their offense score, break up the shutout, and make the final score look closer than really it has been all day. It's a 24-0 lead, second and goal. We'll see what Eastern Michigan's got up their sleeves. They'll go the screen. Van's got a block. The edge is sealed. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. A 15-yard pass from Roback to Van. Roback's third touchdown of the day comes on the screen. Perfect play call right there. And Van got a couple of blocks and he was in. It's now 31-0 Eastern Michigan. Extra point pending. And now we'll see if Ball State can try and break up this shutout. You're kind of seeing today. Ooh, that was a nice play though. Kevon Mabon maybe. I don't know. He's got a 23-yard catch. It'll be first down now at the, call it 36 of Eastern Michigan. They'll throw to Gilbert out of the backfield. James Gilbert, 25 yards out of the backfield. And now Ball State's in business. They got a 2nd and 4 that give to Green. And again, just swarming to the ball. Darian Green loses 4. I just love to see this Eastern Michigan defense swarm to the ball carrier. You just got to swarm to him, knock him down. Don't get the third down. Still haven't converted a third down all day, I don't think. And so now they're going to go for it on 4th and 8. They say, forget the shutout, we want 6. Neo back to pass. He's going to be hit and sacked. Pat O'Connor came free off the end, and the shutout is still intact. 4 minutes to go, and we'll see if Eastern Michigan can run this clock out. And that's what their offense is built to do. Run the play clock down and chew up time of possession. Chew up game clock. That's what this offense does. It tries to give their defense breathers. But wait, Eastern Michigan goes 3 and out. And on 3rd down, Derek Williams going to swat that one away. It'll set up 4th and 10. They're just going to punt it away, actually. Not even going to try going for it. And this tells you all you need to know. 309 yards of offense for Eastern Michigan. Not even 100 for Ball State. They had really 2 good drives. They'll give the Van. This will put them over the 100-yard mark today. 39 yards inside the 20. And Shaq Van he keeps running tough. That's 3 straight games. He's broken the 100-yard mark. He's going to be on pace to break 100 yards. And yeah, I like what you're seeing out of Roback at quarterback. It's a 3rd and 8 here, and they're just going to kick the field goal to keep their red zone streak perfect today. Not trying to run up the score, just don't want to lose a red zone conversion. So they'll just kick the field goal. And that'll do it for us. You could really see while Ball State was 0-3, now 0-4, their defense wasn't very good as Eastern Michigan racked up the yardage on them. Their offense wasn't very good outside of 2 drives that were aided by roughing the passers and penalties. As you can see, it was 17 in the 2nd quarter for Eastern Michigan, 7 in the 3rd, and 10 more in the 4th. As they scored 17 in both halves to double up Ball State 34-0. They get the shutout, and we're going to take a look at the team stats. 351 yards of offense compared to 71. And yeah, you can really see why this game was never close. You can see why Ball State has yet to win a game. Eastern Michigan also had 14 first downs compared to 6 for Ball State. Negative 16 rush yards for Ball State, 153 on 32 carries for Eastern Michigan. 12 of 14 for 3 touchdowns, 9 of 15 for 0 touchdowns. Eastern Michigan had 198 pass yards, only 87 for Ball State. They went 0 of 6 on third downs. Eastern Michigan went 4 of 7, 1 of 1 on fourth down. Ball State went 0 of 2. 5 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals for the Eagles. 0 for Ball State in their 2 attempts. They also lost the turnover battle 2-0 as Neal threw 2 interceptions. Penalties. Ball State had a clean game penalty-wise. They lost the time of possession 20 minutes, 53 seconds to just over 7 minutes. So a little less lopsided than last week, but not much. As we take a look at the player stats, Roback with a 275 QB rating, 12 of 14, 198 yards, 3 scores, no interceptions, 85 completion percentage, and Roback just shredded this Ball State defense. I mean, that was a great game. Only 2 incompletions. What more can you ask for from your junior quarterback? Van chipped in 19 carries, 130 yards, averaged 6.8 yards a carry. He also had a touchdown. Roback chipped in 8 carries for 6 yards. Keep in mind he was also sacked 3 times, and so that's where a lot of the yardage loss comes from. Turner had 4 carries for 12 yards, and Robinson had the 1 for 5. Cody Tuttle, he had 5 catches, 88 yards, 2 scores. Van had 2 catches for 26 and a score. Davis had 2 catches, 38 yards. Browning had 1 for 30. Turner had 1 for 12, and Stone had 1 for 4. So this offensive attack was more balanced. All the receptions didn't go to Tuttle this week like they did last week. A bit more balance, but they didn't need to throw the ball a ton. As the run game, they ran it 32 times. Pat O'Connor leads the defense with 5 tackles. He had 4 for loss. You can see Zappone and Houston and Brown and Pace all had 3. Geraldo and Keels had 2. And there were 4 defenders there with 1. O'Connor led the team with 4 tackles for loss. Keels had 2. Russell, Geraldo, Zappone, and Brown had 1. O'Connor had 4 sacks. Brown had 1. Russell and Pace both had an interception. But yeah, this was a pretty easy way to start conference play. I don't anticipate all of these games going so smoothly for Eastern Michigan, but they took advantage of a reeling Ball State team, sent them to 0-4, and they're going to get out of here with a 34-0 shutout of the Cardinals to start conference play. All around, just a great game, as the run game was able to keep the quarterback Roback from having to throw it a lot. That'll do it for us. We'll send it out to our studio next. Final score, Eastern Michigan 34, Ball State 0. And hello everyone who is watching the Eastern Michigan Eagles tear apart Ball State. We're going to show you the top 25 action for the week as Clemson hammered North Carolina State to remain at number 1 and undefeated. Oklahoma had a bye week, but now they play at number 4 Notre Dame, so that'll be a game to watch. Florida State got the win, 27-21 over number 16 Louisville. Notre Dame takes down number 11 Michigan State 35-19. Ohio State wins, TCU was off. Houston, Michigan, and Iowa all win. What's Iowa doing at number 9? They're 4-0. Have they played anybody? Michigan State rather goes down 1 after getting pretty much manhandled by Notre Dame. Stanford loses to Arizona State 42-20. Tennessee loses to Florida 27-14. Washington hammers up on FCS West 31-0. Baylor gets the win against UL Monroe. Louisville played tough against Florida State, but not able to get the win as they fall by 6. Arizona State joins the rankings at number 17 after clobbering Stanford. A&M is number 18. They're 3-0. They had a bye week. They play at Arkansas this week. Georgia clobbers North Texas 48-20. UCLA takes on New Mexico State 35-3. Florida jumps up into the rankings after beating Tennessee by 13 on the road. They're at Kentucky next week. Elsewhere, Mississippi State is number 22. They're 4-0. Alabama drops from 9-23 after being upset by Colorado State. Georgia Tech enters the rankings after beating North Carolina, and North Carolina will round out the top 25. They fall 8 spots from number 17. You take a look at the others receiving votes, and dropped out were LSU, Oregon, and Texas. And now we show you the skill points rather for both Ned Collins. That's Andrew. He's Old Dominion here in this online dynasty. But his coach is Ned Collins. He's a level 8, same as Husker Ninja. Yeah, he's put some into recruiting, but also a lot into game management. And next week, week 5, is the user game, the annual user game between Ned Collins and Husker Ninja, between Andrew and Husker Ninja. And so we'll have to see how that goes, as we're going to check in on how Old Dominion did in a bit. We're going to see Husker Ninjas maxed out scouting. They got 2 on their visit, so they're going to get 200 visit bonus points, and they upgraded the closer, so they're getting 1,000 extra points. I think next will probably be upgrade the opener, so that you get some for the first 7 weeks of the year instead of just the last 7. But Old Dominion and Utah State, they played a pretty tight game. Old Dominion got the win 42-39. They were up 28-17 at half. They were up 35-31 after 3, and then they won 42-39. So Utah State puts up a good fight against Andrew, but he's going to get the win. Old Dominion's 3-0. Utah State falls to 2-2, as we will show you the team stats. Man, Utah State had a lot more yardage than Old Dominion did. They had 481 compared to 372. But this is going to be a challenge for Husker Ninja and these Eagles next week, as this defense hasn't really been challenged, but Old Dominion's been lighting it up on offense. They had 217 pass yards, 155 rush yards. They went 5-9 on third downs. Utah State went 6-14. Had 6 red zone trips, 5 touchdowns, and 0 field goals, so an 83%. 6 turnovers, though. They threw 6 picks, so this secondary better be ready. It's looking to me like Old Dominion likes to take chances throwing it. And so this Eastern Michigan defense is going to have to be careful. Their secondary is going to have to do their job, cover their man. And if they get a chance to pick it off, darn it, you got to do it. Old Dominion's offense does not look like the type of offense you want to give multiple chances. So if they get a chance to intercept it, they better come down with it. This is going to be a tough game for Eastern Michigan to get the win. Their offense needs to be on point, because if this gets into a shootout, Old Dominion's got the advantage. And so Eastern Michigan's going to have to control the clock like they normally do. They don't want to get into a shootout. But that'll do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody.